Game time. Let's get it, MP. They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win. Okay, MP, let's turn it around right here.
The National Basketball Association and the Atlanta Hawks are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask that you refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language, or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
And out here getting loose, guys going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
And for that game against San Antonio, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. So I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Something we talked about not too long ago was MP's mission to be the best of his rookie class, really trying to distinguish himself.
Look, I commend MP for a great goal to set your sights on, but the results so far have been mixed. Rookie struggles are different for everyone, and he just hadn't found his footing as quickly as he had hoped.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's Mitchell in at the point. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Well, Richeche has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
Gobert from deep. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Gobert. And so just over a minute and a half played. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic. but it all comes down to execution.
What?
And they get it done.
Now here's Randall. Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson missing his last shot. On the wing, Mitchell.
Yeah.
There's the three. Drills the three-pointer. Mitchell's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Timberwolves.
Where's Randall at?
Three. Pass to LeVert. Back to Young.
Yep.
Here's Rizachet. The Hawks again can't hit.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the three of his own.
For three, Mitchell. Atlanta with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that one.
And here is Mitchell. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Over Young. Again, Mitchell missing. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Capella finds Young. And here is Johnson to the paint. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Yeah, if you give Rizachet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah.
And so Chris Finch called.
On purpose? No, he didn't. That's not cool.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert is out there with Reed. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Mitchell, and it's Edwards in at the small forward position. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Atlanta's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Matthews, he's checked in for the Hawks.
Now to the lineup for your Hawks, number 24, Garrison Matthews.
Here's Mann. Still scoreless. Screen by Niang. Mann can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. Mann's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Guys are looking for
I don't know.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
For 3, Mitchell.
Really?
Again, Mitchell missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely...
Okay, I didn't put it there either.
Yeah, they might want to draw
I
something
don't
up
have to
here
do
to
it.
get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line.
I don't have to do
Sometimes
it.
that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
So it's the Hawks now. After the missed 3 from Mitchell. Randall's checked in for the Timberwolves. McDaniels comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Capella sets a screen for LeVert. No good from 18.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket for Mitchell. Mitchell's got 11 points.
Well, for someone who is mostly an off guard, Edwards puts up great assist numbers.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
They swipe it. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Young, good. That's 7 points for Trae Young.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And that one's good, Mitchell. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Shea, he's checked in for Terrence Mann. Minnesota also with the sub. DiVincenzo's checked in.
What?
Young finds LeVert. 1:15 left now here in the second. From outside the arc. The putback, Capella. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, a difference maker on the glass. Capella has been doing this for a long time.
Mitchell with the bounce pass. Gobert the pass to DiVincenzo. It's tipped. And here they come. The kick out to Young. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 5-point Atlanta lead.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
And Mitchell gets it to go. Mitchell's got 8 points in the quarter.
A developing part of McDaniel's game that could elevate him to the next level.
Here's LeVert. Paxson coming off the assist.
Oh my God.
And the Hawks lead by 5.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Gobert trying to get open and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
It's good. And the Hawks lead has got down to just 3 in the basket for Mitchell.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Atlanta up by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
You know, right now for the Hawks, I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny.
And let's discuss the first half. So far, Atlanta's in a close one.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that.
And that'll do it for halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Mitchell.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Great to see him playing up to his full potential. This will do so much for his confidence.
The pairing up front, Johnson and Capella. LeVert out there with Young. And it's Reza Shea in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. 4 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And it's Capella missing.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors. Starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Mitchell. Lays it up off the glass. Mitchell's got 24 points. 3rd quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. confident, charismatic.
Can you make my dinner?
He's learning that delicate balance between taking over
Please?
a game
Thank
and
you.
bringing his teammates along for the ride.
LeVert, basket good. That's 7 points for Karis LeVert.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. The half-court bomb falls off target. Young in the corner. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Hits it from three-point range. And so it's Atlanta with it. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Young is double. Johnson the pass to Capella. Here's Reza Shea. His three-pointers off the mark. Mitchell outside. Pass to McDaniels. Reza Shea with the steal. There's the drive. And the dunk by Reza Shea.
Reza Shea so talented with the ball in his hands.
Mitchell against Young. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. And here is Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. From beyond the arc. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
For 3, Mitchell. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Reza Shea. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Mitchell passes to Randall. Gobert down low. Capella covering. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That's just an excellent save by Gobert. Grabbing that rebound and getting his team a second opportunity.
Capella with a screen on Edwards. Reza Shea in the corner. And rebounded by McDaniels.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up. And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. Clark, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Edwards comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Mitchell in for Mike Conley. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Mitchell. Reed is out there with Clark. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard. The Hawks trail by 4. Pass to Krejci. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Understood.
Krejci's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play. Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Krejci to take the lead. Unable to get that one. Mitchell with the bounce pass. Clark finds Mitchell. Shoots from 14. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops it.
I got him next time.